beauties and gents. Ugh, let's get the lighting real good today. All right, welcome to InnerBeautyOut. All right, so today we're just going to make this a story time. I thought I'd make this like a get ready with me kind of a situation while I bring you just planning some makeup, but then while I kind of give you an update on 2020. I'm sure everyone probably has a similar update, but we're going to transform this hot mess that I got going on right now. Like it's very serious. We are going to play around in a lot of some new makeup that I got, or some new products, so to speak. So I'll try to point them out as I speak. But if not, if I do forget to mention it, I will include it as I edit as far as like what they are. Okay, so we're just jumping right into the skin, and I am using the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow. Yes, she's new, and I've been really liking the way this actually feels on my skin. So this I got during Black Friday, and I've been wanting to try this line out, so I just thought I'll just do that. This is not like your typical toner. It's like the consistency is like almost aloe vera like jelly, but it smells really good. Okay, so that's that. So let's get started into what's up. It's been a hot minute since I've been on here. I feel like you guys are probably wondering, like, did y'all forget, like, did I forget about y'all? And I honestly have not. This is the OLEHENRIKSEN oil control, and that's what I'm using on my skin right next after my toner. Yeah, I just feel like it's been a lot going on. I'm sure everybody in their family is experiencing some kind of something from this year. 2020 has been crazy, hence me coming at this point to actually even have a conversation with you. I filmed this video more than once. I actually filmed it all the way through to the point where it was ready to be posted, but I ended up deleting it because it was too much. I'm using the TATCHA liquid canvas, just a little bit, just on the center of my face here where I'm more porish. By the way, that glow toner is also to help tighten pores as well. So you'll see a little bit of a cast using the TATCHA. I like the liquid canvas better than the putty looking thing, because I just felt like it was hard to, like, it just sat on your skin versus how this kind of like goes like on. Anyway, and yes, I still do use my NILK Hydra Grip, so that's next. Yeah, y'all, so I just feel like honestly it's been real, and I've been wanting to like talk to you guys. I filmed it and then I erased it recently, and I thought, you know what, this would be a better way of like us talking, right? Like having a conversation, a get ready with me kind of situation, and you know, it will convey differently, a lot better this way. So that's what I decided I was going to do. I'm also going to be spraying my face with this. I really like this. This is great to spray before and after your makeup, because it just is, you know what, let me just do it, whatever. Yellow, we ain't going nowhere. I just think the way the makeup looks great, and it lasts really long. So one of the big reasons that I personally have not been here, I got a job, y'all. I'm sure you guys got that already or picked up on it. Yeah, I feel like I've put out some videos here and there when I would find time, but the job has really consumed me. It's consumed me from a perspective of just like, I don't know, it's always busy. There's always something to do, and so that's really one of the main reasons why I feel like I couldn't find a balance as to filming. Like, when can I do it? Because I feel like during the week I get up pretty early. I start off, I try to get out of my bed by like 4:30, and so I can allow myself enough time to like get ready, and then for travel time as well. And it's not busy in the sense I'm complaining at by any means. You guys know the journey to getting to work has been a lot. It's been real for me. And so get to the point where I'm like really like this is life for me was almost surreal. I mean, it was very surreal in terms of how I was feeling. Y'all, I've been playing around with this Tinted Glow Booster by NARS. Of course, when I'm recording, that's when people want to call me. Yes, daddy, my papa. Anyway, yeah, so I've been like really enjoying including this in my like foundation because I feel like it actually prolongs the foundation wear, and it's really like this moussey goldenish like finish, but it doesn't really appear in your foundation. And I believe they come in like 3 other shades outside of this. I think it might be 4 altogether, and I definitely want to get that for my kit. I've been playing around with it a lot. It doesn't ruin like the consistency of like the foundation by any means. And so yeah, I've been enjoying that a lot, and I've been mixing a lot of foundations, y'all. So I just literally mix it on the back of my hand just like this, That's really the gist of like why I've been busy. So by the time I get home, realistically it doesn't really happen that way. That's my intended plan. My plan is to get to work early so that I can leave early, but honestly how it works out is that I end up being at work till like 4 or 5, depending on what it is that I'm working on. It just gets, you know, sometimes it's later, and so you know, you just got to do what you have to do. And by the time I'm home, this starts to feel more like work than like fun. And when I say work, the fun part for me is actually getting in front of the camera, putting my face together, and like, you know, doing this right. The work behind it is setting up, like getting the equipment, putting it together, figuring out what it is that I want to actually do so that it makes sense, so that it's something that you actually want to see. And then of course the editing piece is another bit of it. I have recorded so much content from different tidbits that I've never sat down to like fully edit and put it together, and then after I start looking at the content, I'm like, I don't like it anymore. So I'm kind of hard on myself as far as like wanting to put better stuff out there, quality things out there, and so yeah, that's that. But honestly, I've been away because of that. What is it that I do, right? What I do is pretty cool, and it's in line with kind of like what it is that I like and enjoy doing as far as being around products like cosmetics and stuff. It's not in the line of like being in the cosmetics industry, but in the part of like the manufacturing piece of it. So I work for a fragrance manufacturing company, and it's one of the leading ones in the world, and it's pretty cool. Like I think it's really exciting to see the back end of how things come together, and then like knowing when you walk into a store that your organization had a job in the final fruition of a product that's being on the shelves that people use on a day-to-day basis. I'm an executive assistant, so, and I'm also an office manager, so I support quite a few executives, as well as my management team. I've been working there for a little over a year now. It's almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years on May 13th. So that's like kind of an exciting milestone for me. But for the most part, yeah, I support the executive team and the management team, and I also support the site, right? I'm really dedicated to my exec, their first priority, but anything else that comes that like falls in line with them and helping them to be great and helping their team to succeed and be great, that's kind of like where I kind of step in and help. It took a while to get to this point. It was hard as far as getting into this industry and getting into this, to get to interview and to get my foot in the door. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard, but I'm grateful that, again, like I said, to be able to be in a position to be there and be exposed to this, and it's cool, and it doesn't hurt in the fact that I also work with my sister, which is super exciting. It's cool. Like, so we work together. We don't often see each other because she supports on like a regional level and global, I guess you could say. And so I am more at a site level. And so that's pretty much of that. the job hunt process, the interview process, I'm like not doing my makeup. Okay. I'm not doing my makeup. Yeah, this is hard. You guys knew that I was looking for work for quite a bit of time, and I felt like I thought I was going to have a better chance of finding work using my network, you know, as far as you know, my friends and stuff like that. But reality of it, I just feel like the timing just wasn't right for me at that point in time. And maybe in that time, what I needed to do was really just like, I needed to just work on me. And I struggled a lot as far as accepting to the fact that like I was someone who was educated, you know, have these degrees, and I'm still struggling to find full-time work. And so I had these interviews that I feel like I would do really, really well in, and for some reason I wasn't getting callbacks because a lot of people felt like I wouldn't stay. I was overly qualified, but I was contemplating taking away some of my accomplishments, as far as like maybe just not putting that I have a master's, but that I only had a bachelor's, and perhaps that would change the outcome for me as far as people calling me back or giving me a chance. I was applying at that point, like I just felt like I was kind of still trying to figure out where I fit in, what I wanted to do. So I applied to any and everything that seemed interesting, anything and everything that I felt like I would probably excel in. And so I did that, and it wasn't panning out. And that is what it is. Fast forward, I mean, I'll say that. So like when it happened, I'll tell you this. So because I've been waiting for so long for this process to happen for me, like I feel like at that point in time, when it happened, I wasn't even sure how to receive it. Y'all, I'm using Sephora's Warm Toffee. It's the Sephora matte powder. Needless to say, I was kind of like waiting for like the rejection part of the job. Like I was waiting for it not to work out. Like I was waiting. When I got the job, I was like, felt like I was on pins and needles, because I was just like trying to read my boss's face to figure out like, did I do something wrong? Did I miss something? And like, I don't want him to feel like he made a bad choice. And I still was trying to read and understand him as my boss, like his personality. And I'm a very big person of like trying to read people's body language, which isn't always a good thing because it's really up to interpretation. A lot of people wear their thoughts on their face, and a lot of times it has nothing to do with you, and you can kind of end up feeling, you know, drive yourself nuts, like trying to figure out their angle, and there isn't one. So that was literally me. Like I was like trying to figure out, like, you know, I would sit there and I would do my work and I would get through it, and like if he looked concerned or upset or whatever, or I would be scared because I thought like, oh shoot, here we go, let me, like, you know, I might need to start packing my stuff. But you know what, I just feel like I am so grateful to have met this man, and I think that everything again like happens for a reason. I met him, and he's so different than any kind of like boss or person I've worked with. I don't even like to use the word boss. I was concerned about a lot of things. I was concerned about going back to work and having to deal with the politics. There was a real point in time for me where I had a struggle with like, do I continue to keep looking for work, or do I just kind of go into like 100% entrepreneurship, give this my 1000%. And when I say 1000%, like focusing on YouTube and makeup, and like that would be my mainstream. Like I felt like I was always kind of like one foot in the door and one foot out the door when it came to work. with the creative side, I was like always thinking like I need to have a corporate career and not a creative career. Like I love the creative aspect of it, but there's still part of me that still loves like the traditional organizational discipline, like hence why I felt like I needed to get back. And plus, let's be completely 100% like completely transparent, like being a creative is awesome, but there are a lot of things like health insurance and, you know, taxes and like you know, just having a stable flow of income, and I didn't have that, right? Like I would have great seasons, peak moments throughout the year that worked really well, like in terms of, you know, wedding season, prom season and things like that. And then there are times where it would go quiet, so that was a problem. And I didn't want to live like that. Like I wanted to be secure in knowing that the money could come out the account, and you know, I don't gotta keep looking and make sure transactions look right. Like, you know what I mean? Not that you shouldn't be concerned with your money otherwise, but I wanted a sense of security in my mind. I felt like having, not that anything is ever 100% secure, especially look at this time in COVID, but I felt like I needed some sense of stability to some degree when it came to finances, when it came to money. And so that's why I ended up choosing to proceed with going back into the corporate sector and finding a place that was safe. At least I needed that. I needed safety. And in the process, I want to help. Like I want to feel like I'm contributing to an organization. Where I wanted it to be a place that kind of had this kind of family orientedness, and that wasn't super political. I mean, I don't think you can get away from that. It's just the nature of being in the corporate sector. But to still learn and to grow, and who knows where it could take me. So I was hopeful in that piece, but in the beginning I was scared. Like I was just so scared. Like I said, like I would go to work and it took me a couple months, and I felt like I constantly needed reassurance from my manager to tell me like, yeah, I was doing good, I was doing well, like I was okay. We took the time and we worked on ourselves, you know. I got a coach, a career coach. Said she's a Christian career coach, life coach, and certified counselor. So she was a great person to speak to and kind of figure out like the basis of who I was, like digging deep a little bit further as far as like why I think the way that I think, you know, my personality and character traits. And that was really enlightening to see me as me. So it was interesting. I still feel like I gotta go back and do some more work. But it was a great experience with her. So I'll definitely leave her information below. And I started listening to some podcasts. I was trying to get my life. Like I was doing a lot. A lot happened between last year and this year. I was like, it was just a lot. Like I got a chance to travel. I did get a chance to do that. But I was like, I needed work on me. I kind of just felt like for a while I felt like bad because you know, especially during this whole pandemic, you can't really go to church. So my spiritual life started kind of falling by the wayside too, and felt like I wasn't doing my part. I less and less, I didn't feel like the zealousness that I had as far as spiritually in my faith. Like I just felt like I started to even question that. Like I was like, am I doing this as a routine, or am I like, do I really have a relationship with God? Because now that I don't have a place of worship to physically go to, how am I not making time to spend with him, right? This is the time to do that. And I got real consumed with work, and I was always tired. I made time to catch up on shows, but I definitely wasn't doing that with my faith. I think a lot of it still has a lot to do with my original experience with law school and feeling, I'm not saying I'm holding a grudge against God. I don't think that's the case at all. It's just a trauma that you have to like work through. Like building back genuinely the relationship, building back genuinely the trust. And so I think that's where I was, and still working on. And so yeah, so that, I'm just saying as far as the faith piece, it took a punch. It took a real punch from this experience, and it's a work in progress. And I think it's a forever thing, right? Like I don't think there's a point of ever where you're like perfect. I think you're always working, because like life has so many obstacles, ups and downs, and all these things that are happening that it constantly tests your faith. And even when you think you're strong and you think you got it, and then like something completely left like throws you off balance, and it's like you still remember and know who God is, right? But at the same time it's like, oh shoot, like you're still human, and your reaction sometimes, you know, is that. But then you got to reel it back and remember who God is and whose you are. Honestly, I realized that like after you've been out of a game for so long, you definitely grow some insecurities. Girl, like you have to remember like who you are and whose you are. Like I had to really go back and dive deep with remembering all the things that I bring to the table. And because I have been out the game for so long, I think I forgot that. Like I really did. And I'm sure like for someone who's going through experiences, whether even sometimes you can even correlate this with relationships, after you've gone through like a bad breakup, like I think sometimes you can either go one or two ways, right? Like it could be either it was a blessing in disguise, in the sense of like it's your way out to, you found yourself, like you know what you don't want and you know like what you deserve, and you just like are ready to go into the next thing. But for some people, like they've been in some broken relationships or broken situations where after leaving that, like there's some trauma that happens to the point where you have to really set time for yourself to like really remember who you are, remember who you were created to be. And so I think that's where I was. Like I felt like I needed to remember after 4 years of not really working, right? So I stopped working in 2014 to do law school. I returned back in 2015, and I started working back in 2019. So it was about 4 years, 3-4 years of not working and actually actively looking for work. So, and hearing rejection after rejection, you really start to doubt yourself. You start to question, why I don't get what they don't see. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is it that, like, and then you start to look at other people who are in certain positions or who are working, and you're like, how, you know, not just play anyone by any means. And I think the more I realize, I experience, the more I realize there's more work to do. You know, there's times when we get restless, and I think that it's okay, because, you know, we can get restless because we're human. But at the same time, I think we also have to remind ourselves that that's not really our dwelling place. We need to stay positive and know that God is God, and his timing is always perfect. And a lot of times it's easier said than done. Trust me, I am one to tell you. I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place. This color right here is called Yodit. So nonetheless, I got it together. Guys, I even had a little boo thing I was talking to. Y'all, I was like seeing somebody for a while. And I learned a lot in that process too. The connection and the chemistry was definitely there. Don't get it twisted, like as far as that. But there were some, like, I guess critical things that we were not aligned about. And then I also realized in the process of dating this person that there were things that I just felt like I needed, and that person couldn't provide it at that point in time in their life. And so that was kind of like the deciding factor of like really calling it quits. That was really hard to do because I had grown to really like this person, and I'm going into the Mario. I had really grown to like this person a lot and had spent time with this person a lot, and it didn't work out. So that was that. But girl, I learned a lot. You know, you gotta learn from your situation and these situations that you're going through. Every dating experience is never by accident. At least I don't think so. I think people enter your life for a reason, for a season, for a reason, however you want to call it. And you're meant to take from it what you can, learn what you can. Yeah, I'm still single and looking. It's hard out here, y'all, dating and stuff. Like, I tried to do the whole Bumble thing, and I've met some people that just, I don't know, their personalities are not that nice. Not as, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. But then I've also met some people that, no, not yet. Not yet. But yeah, we'll see. So I mean, like, honestly, that's really just the gist of it. I haven't done too much. I mean, I'm you know, looking forward to 2021 to some degree, whatever you want to call that. I don't know what to expect, like, with 2021, given what 2020 has given us, and given what I've been through. I just feel like I'm just kind of ready to adapt to whatever comes. No expectations, no nothing like that. And then we'll figure it out when we get there. That's how I'm looking at it right now. I just wanted to, like, share my story because I felt like it's been a while, and before I kind of jump back in and, like, show you guys what I've been up to, I just felt like it would only be right to catch you up on what's been going on. But we gonna make it, y'all. We gonna get it together. Life is gonna come together. We are God's creation, you know, and I believe there's greater. I believe also that, like, I want to believe in my heart of hearts that, like, the more that people go through things, if that makes sense, I haven't even said it yet, and I'm like, does that make sense? But, like, the more that people experience, like, trials and tribulations, I feel like the more blessings are in store. Like, there's a season in which all this, like, hardship and, like, all this, like, stuff that's, like, frustrating will come to an end. Like, you know what I mean? I believe that. Like, I want to believe in my heart of heart that all this is not in vain. This is pretty. I'm using, it's called, it's a crystal cream shadow in the shade Armor, and it's this. I don't even think you can, like, see how reflective it is. Yeah, so we gonna make it, guys. We gonna make it. What do I have planned for you guys? I am planning to get back on this. I know I said this, I say this all the time. I feel like, and this is why I love, like, sharing stories with you guys and talking to you guys, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's gonna help somebody. That's one. And I also feel like it's a great way to go back and look at what we've been through. You know what I mean? I don't want to get lost in work where I'm not making time for things that I actually enjoy. So I guess I got a little too focused with doing the rest of my makeup or finishing it up that I kind of left it where it was. But here's the end product.
Getting engaged is like is the first hill of the roller coaster.
I don't know if I'm even gonna upload this video, only because I felt like I was kind of all over the place with the things that I was sharing. And so I don't know. Then I got sidetracked with TikTok. If we do upload it, I'll share it. But I got sidetracked with TikTok and ended up creating some TikTok videos, and it was fun. I think it was definitely what I needed to just kind of lighten the load and just, like, have fun. So I kind of created this look as a means of, like, if you're going to no one's spending holidays with anybody at this point, unless you're already living with your person. at this point it's so like crazy right now, because it's just so crazy. So I don't know, if you do end up, I don't really encourage anybody to, I really hope that you can just kind of stay with your own family and not really go anywhere else. But if you do, I just wanted to put together some kind of a look, or if you just stay home and you just want to get cute, I just wanted to kind of create something that you can wear at home. I have been playing around with, I wanted to play around with this shadow in particular, not the shadow in particular, but this line of a collection of shadows that I just received in the mail that I purchased through Black Friday at through a brand called Cosette. And I wanted to just kind of like, I was tempted to just play with it, and I put them all in a Coach box. Y'all, look at this. They're all in here, and I'm gonna do a separate video or create a separate video swatching those because they are phenomenal. I'm realizing that they have to be, you can't just put them on any base. Like putting them on top of this was not it. Maybe it might work on top of an Urban Decay primer, but anything that's kind of like wet and oily kind of a consistency that doesn't dry out down, or you didn't set it, I feel like over time what happens is it's a cream, so the cream does its thing. So yeah, that's just my only take on that. So hopefully I can get back on track, but I just wanted to catch you guys up before I started putting content out again. But let me know if you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. If you see it, then you know we did something. If you don't, then you just don't know this happened. But either way, we got some good content from this makeup look, and so hopefully it's definitely not a waste. Until next time, I hope you wait, back it up. If you're here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that you know when a new video is up. Definitely click that thumbs click the bell notification so that you get the notification, not just subscribe it alone. You'll get a notification when I actually do post a new video. Follow me across my other social medias. Meet me in the comments below. Let me know what you think about what I've shared today. I love to hear from you guys and talk to you guys. And until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Check me out, check me out. Boom, bam, bam, bop. Bada bop, boom, pow.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.